So the ideal is when those service providers are coming back to you and starting to say, I kind of want to bake this into a service. Do you have some more training? Do you have some developer docs I want to add this to my next team meeting and get my team to kind of dive in and tinker with this? And, I want to roll this out. I'm going to do a case study. Is there anything in it for me if we do this together? Can you market my case study? You'll start to get those signals, those partnership signals. So I think too many teams will start a partner program just to do it, just because they see the bigger players in their space doing it. And they'll typically do this. They'll launch an affiliate landing page. And we could go 30 minutes on affiliate versus partnership and the difference is there, but they'll start an affiliate page and crickets, nothing will happen, right? They may get a few spammy sort of signups. And then they'll come to us and they'll be like, what's going on? What is really happening here? And what we like to do is, okay, you got to back up. You got to pick out a few key players that aren't too big. They'll go knock on the doors of the major agencies out there and say, SmartBug Media, can I partner with you? We've got a cool product. We've got great G2 crowd reviews, and they're just going to get, again, doors in their face and crickets. They have to kind of start at their level and say, okay, well, I need a fast growing agency. It's not too big that I can really work with and provide some immediate value to continue to work with me on both the partnership and the product level and get this strategy put together as you go. You're not going to build a strategy and then go to market with a strategy and find dozens of agencies that just like what you've put on paper. You're going to have to work with one agency and build it as you go, build the plane as you're flying it, so to speak. And then once you have that built and that relationship's really solid, then you go to more solutions partners like that partner. And again, integrations will be a necessity. The product will be a necessity. So you cannot even think about a partner program until you have the ability to integrate with the tech stack of the persona that you're going after. And the product is loudly speaking for itself.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Loud.
Well, because what I'm hearing is like the magnetism thing first, right? Let's think about the way that you curate, the relationships around your product and your business, your go-to-market, so that you are actively working with the right people. You start that by groundswell, working with certainly fast-growing, but good fit, smaller opportunity in terms of potential output, perhaps, but easier to work with and more flexible. And the last piece that I was hearing was thinking about it holistically in terms of not just being single dimension, let's go generate revenue, but being open to, first and foremost, understanding that your tech has to work with theirs. And so becoming your own sort of version of an integration in the sense of maybe it is technology you integrate with others, but most importantly, you're integrating into their business so that you're not just going and saying, we have this thing, it's cool, you should sell it. That's your example of like, we have this page, why did no one sign up? Well, you didn't have the magnet. You didn't start small and engage people that could get value from it. And you're not actively working with them to flex your own business to meet them where they are. Is there anything else outside of that kind of 3-step process in that example that you would then want to bring in and say, once we have those things, once we've kind of checked those boxes, how do we, I'm not going to say scale it up. I'm so sick of saying scale it up.
Yeah.
How do we grow it? How do we do more with it now that we've got that validation of like the starting point to work from?
Yeah. This is the part that probably cancels most of the partner programs out there, where they had a good example. They felt like it was strong, and then they kind of rolled out all the stuff, bought an expensive PRM, hired a channel leader and maybe a couple, and there wasn't anything really there that they thought was there. And then
that's a fizzle pop.
Everybody will get fired.
Yep.
It happens all the time. So the thing that you mentioned there that I think is super important is to get ahead of the partner in their work avenue. They're going this way. If you try to tell them, no, I need you to go this way for a little bit, that's where you're just going to be getting, spam complaints at the end of the day, but you're going to be getting crickets at the very beginning, and you're going to be chalked up as someone that's really trying to sell that partner, because you got to think about it. If you don't get in front of them, you are taking their resources off onto a risky side road that to them, especially them being a business owner, So if you start pulling me this way, all I'm thinking about is, well, I have clients, I've got people that rely on me, and you're doing nothing but telling me I could potentially increase blank or better blank with your product. All I'm seeing is just dollar signs of all the expense that I'm going to have to accumulate in order to go down that side street with you. But if you get ahead of me and say, you know what, you're already doing this, you add us here, like these other examples, we'll show you that. We'll make that very easy for you. We'll do the migrations. We'll set up your free account. We'll train your team. We'll give you all the assets branded, your brand, so you can train your customers. And we'll go to market with you, meaning we'll put you in all of our stuff so that you could get some initial case studies developed. When you get that case study developed, we'll publish it. We've got a whole big audience over here, and we'll be your partner, your legitimate partner. Then you're really setting that tone from the beginning of, okay, well, this is going to be an ROI positive endeavor and not a huge risk, maybe some potential reward, but all I see is that huge risk, that upfront sunk cost for me. And that's where a lot of teams fail. But then okay, let's talk about the growth. So then you're in a situation where how do you kind of layer on the processes to get this to a point where you can pour some gasoline on in whatever way you want, and you just have partners coming. The thing that I want to say about that is it's not as much of a push factor when you get to the point where you have a solid product that attracts partners. When you get to that point where you have a scalable program, you're just putting butts in seats to be able to manage the inbound, the new partnerships that you could enable, essentially a bunch of customer success people. You're not trying to find advertising and leads and push out all this cold blank, because at that point, the agency, so if we're still talking about solutions partners, the community is so tight and so small. If you are legitimate and a legitimate partner, and you do have a couple of good partners behind you, they're going to find out about you very quickly. They're going to vet you very quickly. Agency owners oftentimes are very tech savvy, very, like I want to know type individuals like I am. I'll spend my time checking out a product that someone else tells me is something I got to look at, and I'll make the decision for myself. So what I say to them is the same situation of find that first go-to-market partner, build that plane with that partner, make it very easy and valuable for them. Make sure you tell them exactly what you're going to do for them at each stage so that they know they're not sinking more costs, and that you continue to get responded to and get those calendar bookings and those email responses. When you have that, you go to market with whatever it is you built together, which is use case, obviously co-branded XYZ, do some webinars, do some public facing stuff, attract the next couple of inbound, do the same thing with them, put them on the track. The track will get more and more refined. And then when you have that solid base of at least 10 to 20 good solutions partners that have bought into your program and you've gone to market with them, honestly, the rest will come. And from that point on, it's really a customer success and a marketing push. A marketing and product push. And it's really more like a customer success function on the partnership standpoint. So when 50 new partners come in, you are able to say, here's your PM, stable, solid. We're going to go to market. Here's the partner track that the other 20 or 50 did. And let's get you on as quick as possible because it's a 3-month track and we want to go to market as soon as possible. So I don't know if that answers your question, but the scale factor in partnerships, I think, is where a lot of people will fall in a hole.
No, it was good. It was actually really good. Good's the wrong term. It was great because what it did for me, and hopefully for whoever's listening to this, is paint the picture in terms of what I was seeing, because we're doing analogies throughout our whole combo today, was the car, right? The car that you built, that will drive, it'll be efficient, effective, it'll carry the things they need to carry or go fast or whatever their output is. I was also thinking about, if I just take the analogy off the table and just think about it in terms of tactical, like deployment of the idea you described, building the plan and building the assets and building the play and, running that several times, to your point, with people that are early adopters, willing to work with you, flexible, but are going to give you some feedback in that sense. Listening to the market, listening to those partners, and establishing the scalable, repeatable way of carbon copying this moving forward. And I know in my own career, I can share some of the ways that I've won with partners have been very much fundamental around, here's the 3 to 5 plays that I know will work, that will move you to this next stage. It's not that different partner to partner. There may be some nuance, some market, some region, that's fine. But generally speaking, I know if you do X or Y, you're going to see better profit, grow faster, deliver better value, whatever those things are that your business carries through the partner to the end customer. And then fundamentally, my only additive to what you were describing, I'm completely on board, would be aligning all of that down to the actual customer themselves. So when we think about scaling these partnerships and creating more value, it always goes back to how do we help the customer, work with both of us to grow better. And spot on. That's great.
Yeah.
Alex, this has been awesome. Yeah, it's been awesome. And I've really enjoyed our chat. If folks want to connect with you on social media, out in the world, how do they get in touch? How do they share more of this?
Yeah, I have a LinkedIn newsletter. If you go to my profile, it's in that featured section, and it's called Partnerships-Led Growth. And that's a great resource. Tons of valuable, super actionable posts about how to do each individual thing, definitions and alignments and enablement, and all those keywords that you'll want to get involved with. We have a community training center, one for solutions partners, one for agencies called the Agency Partner Collective. And then we have one for SaaS companies mainly, but partnership people in general. We do have some agency partnership people in our other community called the Partner Programs Collective. And then if you get involved in PartnerHub, we've got another community in Slack where we do matchmaking and growth strategy and different partnership related actionable stuff at the bottom of the funnel inside PartnerHub.
Awesome. Well, this is brilliant. Thank you for that. The insight's been very valuable. I'm going to go make some turkey. You got me thinking about food now. It's been a fun chat. Until next time, cheers, my friend. It's been fun. Thank you.
Thanks, Barrett.